You can either go now or I'll fetch the constable to show you out.
Thank you. For everything.
Charles Buscombe is a fraud. Matron.
This had better be good news.
Well, that depends on what you'd call the discovery of Mrs. Calendar's illegitimate son. Thank you.
It was Emily's 16th birthday, a time for celebration and family. To me, that meant bringing people together, like Mrs. Calendar and her secret son. I'd worried if I should tell her, but I decided she had every right to know who her son was. This was Mrs. Calendar's chance to see the child she gave up all those years ago.
Mrs. Calendar?
I found a letter yesterday.
What sort of letter? It was addressed to Mr. Buscombe from Matron Bottomley. She sent him here.
Hetty, what are you trying to tell me?
Samuel Buscombe isn't who he claims to be. His name's Charles. He's your son.
My son.
I know where he lives.
Samuel Buscombe. Or should I say, Charles.
Mrs. Calendar? What do you want me to do?
Hetty, you cannot speak of this to anyone else. Do you understand me?
Making things right was never easy. Now, I was about to learn just how hard it could be.
Is this where you plead for a happy reunion with Mrs. Calendar, or just cause me further trouble?
Neither, Mr. Buscombe. Far from it. I'm here because I understand. As housekeeper, I get to see more than most. I doubt Mrs. Calendar gives you a second thought.
You don't believe she has regrets?
Why should she? She lives a charmed life. She loves her other children very much. Even her stepchildren. It's most unfair. And you've been most dignified. Why didn't you take the advice of this letter and reveal to her who you are?
It was never appropriate. The time was never right.
Pity. Because it looks to me that Gertrude Bottomley was right. You deserve to share in your mother's love and success. When the day comes that you wish to confront her, do let me know if I can be of any assistance.
Thank you.
You know where I am. Goodbye, Charles.
Get a move on, Hetty. Rosie wants the house to be sparkling.
Where is she?
She said she was going up to town to meet a new potential cook, leaving me in charge.
Hello, Hetty. Hetty, I was just wondering if you might
Jack, this way.
Of course.
Sheila, why is Mrs. Brodie out looking for a new cook while we're all here busy with the party?
That's what I thought.
I think she's up to something.
Well, she has been acting rather strange.
How?
Yesterday, she nearly pulled apart the whole pantry. She seemed to be looking for something important. She made me promise not to say.
Good morning, Lady Brentford. Good morning, Brodie.
Do you think she bought you a surprise gift, Emily?
Whatever she brings, I don't want it.
What did he say? Will he be of use if the need arises?
He seemed open to confronting her in time, milady.
Good. Your work has proved most useful so far. Now, Mrs. Calendar and I have some catching up to do. I shall, of course, return with Robert.
What is she up to now?
There are better places to spy from.
Wait here for me. This won't take long.
Lady Brentford. To see you, Mrs. Calendar.
I do hope I'm not disturbing you.
I was just writing Emily a letter. Some words for her birthday.
And that is precisely why I'm here. What could be a better birthday treat than agreeing the union between Robert and Emily? They could be engaged today.
We have discussed this, Lady Brentford.
It will not happen. Then I'm afraid you must reconsider. Use your influence, Mrs. Calendar. Convince your husband or Emily herself, or else everyone will find out your little scandal. Charles, a son born out of wedlock.
What?
A rumor always finds a way to me, Mrs. Calendar.
But why would she do that?
Quite simple. The men in my life and their extravagant ways have frittered away my entire fortune. Robert and I need Emily's dowry.
You want me to marry her off, to provide for you? I would not do such a thing, not to Emily, never.
Then your little secret will be a secret no more. Emily's future will be compromised, George will divorce you, and young William's name will be smeared with scandal. The entire family would be ruined. Well, you have until the party to change your mind. Either we announce the engagement, or we make an announcement of a very different kind. Which would you prefer? Good day to you. I shall return with Robert in time for the celebrations. Rosamond will agree to the engagement, I'm sure.
Do you think, milady?
Yes. In time. With Edwin not fit to run the place, Calendar Hall will fall to Robert and Emily, and therefore become mine.
I will do all I can to make sure nothing and no one gets in the way of our plan. Especially Hetty Feather.
Lady Grenford, I need to speak with you on a most urgent matter.
But Mrs. Calendar, that's blackmail. You have to do something. And quick. I'm sure Mrs. Brodie visited Mr. Buscombe this morning.
Hetty, you need to deliver this now. I may have said no before, but I need to see my son. And he needs to read this before anyone gets the chance to reveal the truth.
But if you told Mr. Calendar only about Lady Grenford's debts and he pays her bills, maybe she'll leave you alone. There'll be no engagement and no revealing your secret.
Hetty, you're needed in the kitchen today. We are rather busy, and you have more experience than Lizzie.
But I need to run an errand for Mrs. Calendar. It's for the party.
Not a problem. I'll send Lizzie.
No. It's not so urgent. It can wait.
Please, Lady Grenford. It's my wish and my wish alone. I want to marry Robert because I realise I love him. I think that's why I was so angry with him at the fair.
I see. Although I suspect it is obligation that led you here rather than love.
I'm sorry?
To be a woman is to accept a life of duty. Hmm?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm sure Robert will be delighted. Have you spoken with anyone else on this matter?
No one, not even my father.
Good. Good. Well, I shall announce the engagement today. At the party. Let this be our happy surprise. Hmm?
Lord Cranford, Lord Oak, thank you. Lady Cranford. Robert, delightful to see you both.
I could never miss such a fine occasion.
Fine young lady.
You look enchanting, Emily.
Thank you.
A wonderful, clever daughter. A girl with her whole future ahead of her.
And what a future that will be.
Now go and enjoy your party.
I'm sure it will be most memorable.
What pleasures await.
Lord Oakley, I haven't seen you since Jaipur.
Yes, I
I'm so pleased you and your
I believe I have a way to resolve our respective situations. I shall tell George of your financial predicament, and he will pay off your debt. That way we shall all be happy, and Emily won't need to be married.
You foolish woman. If you thought paying my bills would stop this engagement, you are quite wrong.
I know what you're thinking. Why is she being so nice to him?
I think Emily's in love.
Emily, if I may.
Sorry, is there a problem, Mrs. Calendar?
No, Robert. I'd just like to speak with my stepdaughter. Emily, what are you doing?
My duty. To you and my family. I overheard everything. I don't want our lives ruined, and neither do you.
No. You don't need to do this.
I'm marrying Robert. It's the only way.
Excuse me. I need to speak with you, George. In private.
Excuse me.
Mr. Butt?
Excuse me?
He's not invited. I think we need to stop him. We? Are you serious? He's been sacked and there could be trouble.
Thanks, Hetty.
Afternoon, sir.
What's he doing here?
He probably wants his job back. Who wouldn't?
We have to get Mr. Buscombe out of here.
Why? It's none of our business, Hetty.
Sheila, I haven't got a choice.
Feather!
Mr. Buscombe? Mrs. Calendar needs to talk to you.
Hetty, wait!
What are you doing, Sheila?
It wasn't me, Mrs. Brady. It was the wind. It blew the tray straight out of my hand.
Just go and fetch some more.
Hetty, what's going on?
Please, Mr. Buscombe, you have to read this. Mrs. Calendar wanted me to deliver it today, but I couldn't leave the house. She's so sorry.
She discussed this with the housemaid.
There was nobody else you could trust.
No. If Mrs. Calendar wishes to apologize, she can speak directly with me now.
Mr. Buscombe, please.
Get out of my way. I'm tired of messengers telling me what to do and what to think. First Mrs. Brodie, and now you. I need to speak to Mrs. Calendar myself.
Mr. Buscombe, but you can't. It's Brodie.
Yes, Mrs. Brodie.
Gideon, go. I'll tell you everything later. You have to trust me. Tell the others that I might need their help. Brodie can't know Mr. Buscombe's here.
We can get out into the gardens.
You have to go with him.
No. Tell me, what's so wrong with Mrs. Brodie?
Whatever she said, she's using you. You can't trust her, Mr. Buscombe. Quick, in here.
told you to stay downstairs. Someone's been in here, haven't they?
No, I've been alone.
Someone to see Mrs. Calendar? Someone you're protecting? You know all her secrets. What else do you know? Places to hide?
I don't know a thing.
Jack, where have you been? What happened to Mr. Boscombe?
Long story. It's Brody and Hetty needs our help.
Well, you two can't go in there.
But they're in the library together and something's going on between Brody and Mr. Boscombe.
Leave it to me.
And I'll get word to Sheila.
You continue to test my patience.
I've told you, there's no one here, nothing to find.
Is that so? Mr. Boscombe, are you in here? Mr. Boscombe? What are you doing?
Well, don't just stand there.
Hetty! Let me out! Hetty!
I have to find Mr. Boscombe.
He's at the party.
You're finished, Hetty!
I need to stop him before he ruins Mrs. Calendar, her life and ours.
Hetty, do you hear me? Open this door!
What are you doing now, Feather?
Just don't let her out of here.
Who?
Please, Mr. Boscombe, don't you want to read what Mrs. Calendar has to say? Not here. Sorry, sir.
Miss Brody.
This way.
Where are you taking me?
Please, Mr. Boscombe, you can't do this.
Oh, give me one good reason why not.
How she feels. It's all written in here. If you confront Mrs. Calendar, she'll be heartbroken. You have to read this.
Lady Granford, I believe it's time for you to leave.
Leave?
After what I've heard today, I think that would be best, yes.
What? Before the news everyone's been waiting for? Robert, Emily.
It appears our moment has arrived, Miss Emily.
Out of my way!
No, you can't go back to the house.
If you don't get out of my way, you will lose your job and Mr. Calendar's protection. And he won't pay for your mother's medicine. And she will suffer.
How many more times, Lady Grenfell? There will be no engagement.
But Emily approached me herself. They're in love. Who are we to stop their happiness?
I am Emily's father. And this has nothing to do with love and everything to do with blackmail. Now, I will pay your bills, and therefore this is the last we will hear on the subject. I would advise you to leave quietly.
This is ludicrous. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make.
No, Lady Grenfell, for there's nothing to announce.
Oh, but I believe there is. I have discovered scandal in this house.
Please, Lady Grenfell.
Mrs. Calendar has a secret son, born out of wedlock.
And there he is, for all to see.
So, you are the boy.
You don't have to do this.
Mrs. Calendar. My mother. I have no idea what these foolish women are talking about. I have a mother.
But the letter?
What letter? This claim is preposterous.
Perhaps you'd care to explain yourself.
It was her, the housekeeper. She told me the entire ruse.
But your ladyship...
How could you repeat such a malicious rumor, Mrs. Brodie? Almost destroying my reputation along with your own. You owe everyone here an explanation. Come along, Robert.
Ladies and gentlemen, my utmost apologies to you all. But please, continue the celebration whilst my wife and I deal with this tawdry matter. Once I take care of your debts, I shall hold sway over you, Lady Grenfell. Not the other way round.
Please, Mr. Calendar. I've got nowhere else to go. Without a reference, I'll be out on the streets.
Then it appears you ladies belong with each other. I pity you both and your bitterness.
Goodbye, Mrs. Brodie.
Bye, Emily. At least I shan't be married to a foolish girl who believes women to be men's equal.
No. And at least I shan't be married to an idiot.
The perfect ending.
Yep.
Come. Our guests are waiting. And I need to speak to Mr. Buscombe. Charles.
Goes to show, family's all that matters. Like us lot.
Wait, is everything going spare? We're starving.
Saved your fruit's heart.
Thanks, Agnes.
Stupid cake. How romantic.
Hetty,
Jack, about earlier, I had a lot on my mind.
we can just be friends if that's what you want.
What? No. I want to apologise.
So, if I asked you to step out with me on your next day off?
The answer would be yes.
Oh, now you two.
I have always wondered what you must have thought, and how I could ever explain to you.
Really? There's no need.
You have always been part of me, Charles. Now you'll be part of my life.
I always will be. Mother.
This place was my home. I had my friends, and they were my family. While for the Callendars, I'd brought their family together too. In private, Charles would be treated like their own son. But now, it was my life that I needed to write. But what was it to be? Callender Hall, or treading my own path? How will my future unfold?